Good morning, guys. Jim Squares here, bringing you some more solutions for your life. Today's a money hack on the Roth, or any IRA that many make. But first, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Share with others so we can all get better at managing our money, and we'll get to it. So, first off, most people are missing taking advantage of this. It's the fact that we wait for deadlines, and think of the deadline as something in reverse. Like that's what you kind of want to put this in your head is you want to shift it. So new year, we can contribute to our 2021 Roth. Now, if you haven't contributed to your 2020, you should probably do that first, especially because you have earned income. Then you want to do that one first. Once it's maxed, but then you want to focus on this year. And so the thing is you can keep contributing to last year until April of this month, April 15th, I think, this year. And so you contribute, you get an extra 4 months, essentially, they give you to contribute to your IRA for last year. Now, the way I look at that is they give you extra time at the end to contribute to it. Now, what I like to do is I like to front load it. So if you've seen my other videos about front loading, it's huge benefits because then you have a year and 4 months of growth, tax-free if it's a Roth IRA. Then you get that much more time for your money to grow and become that much bigger and to get a much more bigger pot of money. I highly recommend doing that, looking at, oh, hey, the year's starting, I can put money into it, and it just starts to grow, and then once the earlier you've maxed out, the better. Now, if you have 401k matches, then make sure you get those, because that's free money. Usually, typically 50 cents on the dollar. But if you've already done that, or if you already know you're doing that, and you already do your Roth, there's no reason to spread it out. Well, there's a lower return if you spread it out and wait all year long. You're better off front loading. Almost everything, almost in all cases. Yes, if the stock market crashes after you front loaded, then that wouldn't be good. But if you look at last year, what happened? So the market was starting, I'll say here, it dipped, went down, and now it came back, and it's higher than it was at the beginning of the year. So yes, if you would have spread out your contributions throughout the year, you would have bought some really good discounts. So probably your balance would have been a little better last year. But how many years are like last year? How many years are we having a huge dip? It's usually 10 years-ish, 5-10 years that happens. I think this last one, I think it's been 10 years plus, 12 years even, since we had a big dip like that. So you're missing on 11 years of positive growth for one. The math doesn't work. It works for front loading. Trust me, it just does. So, but what you need to know about using a Roth. So if you are single, then you want to have, I think you can't make more than 139 grand, if I remember correctly. And the max for this year is $6,000. So for 2021, if you're a joint filer, then for 2020, this is 2020. Sorry, single for 2020 is 139K. The joint filer for 2020 is 206K. So that's what you would be the modified adjusted gross income. So if you think about your tax form, the bottom of the page on the side, if you're doing a 1040, it's the first number that's there. Like that's your MAGI. So typically, look at it, you'll see it. You can always do a search if you have a PDF, like it's a search, and it'll show it to you. Or you can ask your tax guy, and they'll tell you. So they'll have that number. So that's for last year's limits. So then they start phasing out, where you can't contribute all full 6 grand. I think they have a slow phase out, and then it caps somewhere. Then this year, it increased by $1,000, so 140K for single people, and 208K for joint filers. So that one actually went up 2K. But yeah, remember, you have until April 15th to contribute for the last year. So do that first. But just remember, you're better off, way better, is trying to move towards the front loading. The front loading is where all the growth happens and where you get more and more money. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any tips or other suggestions around that, definitely feel free to share them. I'd like to make so we all get better. If you have other ideas on how to front load, there are other tools to front load too, but they don't necessarily have as many benefits as like the Roth or IRAs. If you want to learn more about other ways of making money, I would suggest checking out my video for 4 ways to 50 million. It's a pretty cool video, and it could definitely help out your kids, or help you see if you're on track to where you want to be, or overachieving, as we all are trying to do. So we're all trying to get better and hit higher limits than the past has. So keep growing together. Share this with others. Like, subscribe, and we'll be talking. Take care. Later.